Hey, this is Jeff. Welcome to Walkthrough 11 of Belthan's Quo Vagis. And we have another customer.
Hey there.
It's my job to make sure the customers are happy. Enjoying yourself?
Some people hate this place, but what the hell do they want out of life?
Give Chaz some
Gotta
whiskey.
get some action.
Follow me.
Oh, okay.
Let's go, you hairy fuck. I ain't got all day.
This'll probably hurt a lot. Spread 'em.
This isn't gonna be pretty.
They're watching us, Chica. Hold on just a second.
I'll have to spend some more time in the lounge because the interactions between the customers and staff are pretty amusing.
Hello there, honey.
I feel kind of bad that all I ever get you is whiskey, but here you go.
Ain't no need for nothing else.
The next stage of the main quest starts any time after Larry remodels the lounge when you see this locked door. I didn't want it cluttering up my quest log while I was working on Help Wanted posters and magazines, plus it's more dramatic this way. Ask Larry or Malibu about the members only area. Dun dun da!
You look like you've got something on your mind. What's up?
There's a locked door marked members only. What's in there?
You better ask Larry about that. It's his pet project.
There's a locked door marked members only. What's in there?
The entertainers in that area suffer from Belthan syndrome. In short, their appearance never ages, but internally they grow old quickly. Some customers find the illusion irresistible and will pay any price to enjoy their company.
Exploiting sick people doesn't seem like your style, Larry.
You are quite correct. I would not employ them if they were unwilling or unable to do the work.
It still seems irresponsible. Won't it spread?
Belthan syndrome is genetic. It is not communicable.
I think I'd better see for myself.
Certainly. Here's the key. Be warned, some find a working girl with such a youthful appearance difficult to stomach.
All right, I need to get going. Have a good one.
You do the same.
The first time you see it, the members-only area is creepy as hell, and supposedly it's offended a few people enough that they rage quit the whole mod. I don't want to spoil the ending, but I don't want people to rage quit this video, so as we go along, I'll point out clues that there's more going on down here than meets the eye. First thing you see in the lobby is a members-only terminal, and Luma screens with some dubious artwork. If you click on them, you get marketing literature for 4 fantasy packages that customers can choose from. First time you use the terminal, you get a welcome message. Welcome to Lolipopz Members Only area. We've meticulously recreated pre-war settings for your fantasy pleasure. Select a package and the girls will report to the audition room of your choice. When you've decided who you want to spend some private time with, just let her know. All activity is monitored. Abusive behavior will not be tolerated. After you read that, you can select a fantasy package or Will You Help? All entertainers in the members-only area are adult employees of Lolipopz Inc. They are not restrained or coerced in any way. Their appearance is due to a painful, life-threatening mutation called Belthan syndrome. Lolipopz is proud to offer them a superior employment opportunity in light of their diminished physical capabilities and rampant discrimination against mutants. If you'd like to donate to the search for a cure, please contact a staff member. So that's consistent with what Larry told us, but if this is his pet project, that doesn't really prove anything. Pick timeout, we get a slightly creepier message. To prevent misunderstandings about members-only services, policy requires new clients to try the other packages first. If you still desire a more intense experience after orientation, you may select the timeout package on a future visit. The goal in the first 3 packages is to get someone alone so you can ask questions about the members-only area. That unlocks the timeout room. You can do them in any order. We'll just start at the top. First things first, we'll shut off the radio so we don't get any copyright nags. And the first fantasy package looks like a pajama party. So let's talk to somebody.
Are we gonna play a game soon?
So this is, whoa, personal space? Pajama party? Kind of tame, don't you think?
Don't worry, I brought some liquor.
So we need to play a game to progress the quest, so let's play Truth or Dare.
Okay.
All these packages have a cut to the chase option. I could dare someone to take me into the other room without even spinning, but it's worth playing a few rounds for two reasons. First of all, the game Truth or Dare is, as you might guess, a good chance to get some answers. You actually get more information during the audition phase than you do when you finally get somebody alone in this one. The other reason is the minigame itself. The bottle's locked in place, so you can't kick it into a corner by accident. But the spin physics are pretty realistic and random. You can go several turns without getting a spin yourself, and the NPCs will truth or dare each other.
Truth.
Truth right away. Excellent. Do you enjoy performing these fantasy packages?
Spinning the bottle seems kind of juvenile, but I do love to party.
It's all the same to me.
Do you like to play with yourself?
Uh-huh. Doesn't everybody?
Truth.
Do you ever dream about monsters?
No, but sometimes I dream about being eaten alive. Truth or dare?
Truth.
What's your favorite position?
I'm really better suited for DH, but shortstop.
Always stuck between second base and third base? Sounds frustrating. Your spin.
There are a handful of three-way NPC conversations in the vanilla game, but I think they're all cutscenes. So a multi-character Truth or Dare game that's different every time you play it is kind of impressive just in terms of the game mechanics.
Truth.
Do you enjoy performing these fantasy packages?
Why would you ask that? We're not supposed to break character. But if you must know, I enjoy some more than others. This one's my favorite. Truth. Do you spit or swallow? I swallow as much as I can, but too much and I end up drooling all over myself. Truth or dare?
Truth.
If you can make out with anybody in the world, who would it be?
Amada and I are just friends. Well, we were until Zen killed her dad. Let's just pretend that says Christine Kendall.
I bet she's pretty. Your spin. Truth.
Does anybody force you to do things you don't want to do?
No. Well, yes, but nothing specific. We all have to do things we don't want to. It's called survival. What is the most ridiculous thing you've ever heard a guy call his penis?
Daddy's trash beater. Seriously. Who are you?
I'm just a wanderer trying to make a living.
All right.
Truth.
Does anybody force you to do things you don't want to?
In a suburban rec room with a state-of-the-art threat suppression system? Of course not. Do you spit or swallow?
Yes.
Truth.
Do you like being bad? Or is it just you can't help it?
Both, I guess. What's the most ridiculous thing you've ever heard a guy call his penis?
Pip-Boy 3000, solid as a rock and never quits.
Sounds like something Larry would say. Your spin. Dare.
Take a drink.
Okay. Truth or dare?
Dare.
Bottoms up.
I usually pretend to drink and pass it back. They never seem to catch you. But since I took the Party Boy perk a few episodes back, there's no risk of alcohol withdrawal now, so take a drink.
Dare.
Take a drink.
Okay.
This is pretty obviously not the first time Lauren ever tried whiskey. At this point, Larry's story about DeLeon syndrome, that these are experienced pros who just take advantage of their appearance to role play with customers, seems at least plausible.
Truth. What is the most ridiculous thing you've ever heard a guy call his penis?
Adequate. Do you spit or swallow?
Neither. I've never done that.
You've never tasted wine? That's terrible. Here, have a bottle on the house.
Dare.
Remove an article of clothing.
Truth or dare?
Dare.
Take a drink, lightweight.
We'll drink.
Dare.
Now, Lauren is one unlucky spin away from me having to put up the digital blur box, so I'm just going to go ahead and dare her to take me into the other room. In general, I think Haley's answers are the most useful. Lauren's drunk most of the time, and Brittany comes across as kind of an airhead, although she occasionally says things that make you think she might be smarter than she seems. Anyway, I dare you to take me into the bedroom, just the two of us.
I thought you'd never ask.
Forget the fantasy package. I have real questions about the members-only area.
Look, I'm not the right person to ask about the complicated stuff. Anyway, we're alone now. Why waste the opportunity?
I'm here for information, not sex, but thanks for the chat. I'll see you around.
You don't know what you're missing.
The Freakout Package is next on the list. You'll find the girls partying in the Freakout room. Feel free to hang out and catch a buzz. Don't be surprised if they have a head start on you. The party scenario is pretty straightforward, and you don't get a lot of useful information in the audition phase. Again, Haley's probably the best choice here. We'll just talk to her.
I hope I get laid tonight. I'm so horny I could hump a whiskey bottle.
Actually, I'm going to circulate. Don't go anywhere.
Trust me, I'm not moving an inch unless it involves getting laid.
I do want to do one thing as soon as Lauren's finished with the water pipe. While we're waiting, I'm going to loot the first aid boxes in the crash pad. There are 3 actual first aid boxes in here, and the 4th is a clue. Open concealed door to Vault L requires a key, and beside it there does in fact seem to be a concealed door. Excuse me, ladies, I'll be right back. If we go over to the makeout room, you'll see that there is another concealed door in here. Yeah, right there. The switch is behind the wardrobe, so now we know how they get here when we select a package from the terminal. If you activate the water pipe and ask Brittany to dance, you get a sort of cutscene that's straight out of the 60s. Yeah, the effect from the water pipe is even more trippy than I remembered. The same chems have a lot more subtle night vision effect in Coito Ergo Sum, so I'm not going to be quite as obsessive about hoarding hand-rolled cigarettes anymore. Why don't the two of us disappear for a few minutes?
I hope it'll take more than a few minutes.
You can do these packages multiple times if you want to hear what everybody has to say, but once each should be enough to form an opinion right now.
Can we lay down before I fall down?
Please tell me you don't have to get wasted for this.
What do you mean? I ain't drunk. Of course it's an act. I'm not into killing brain cells.
This is cute, but you're sober enough to deal with a rowdy guest, right?
I hate breaking character. Look, Larry and Malibu weed out all the violent ones. That's why it's members only.
Do you get all kinky and wild when you're hammered, or just pass out naked?
I'm always kinky and wild, but I can pretend to be asleep if that's your thing.
Yeah, I'm here for information, not sex, but thanks for the chat. I'll see you around.
Oh, okay. I assumed that you were sampling the product for quality control. If you ever want the full experience, you know where to find me.
School's Out is next. Insert your own Alice Cooper joke. You'll find the girls downstairs in the gymnasium. They should be exercising, but without supervision, who knows? Go check on them when you're ready. Use the maintenance hatch to vault L. Now, if you're a ghoul with 200 years to kill, recreating a pre-war rec room seems pretty doable. However, having grown up in one, I know Vault Tech numbered their vaults sequentially. They didn't use letters, so this isn't one of theirs. But this pretty clearly wasn't built by one ghoul after the war. There's a door to the upper level over here, but it requires a key. So we're restricted to the gymnasium and classroom area for a moment. You can see doors to a reactor level and an admin area. They'll do calisthenics, run laps, cheerleader practice, some other stuff, but you only get useful answers once they are in the classroom. So I'm just going to go in here and ring the class bell that's on the wall beside the desk. Looks like the girls have been lounging through gym. Do you really want to send them to the showers without getting some exercise first? Yes, I do. And we'll snoop around in here while they get a shower. Oh, the desk itself has some unique outfits. Very nice, but that's just not me. On this table, we have a couple of vintage Lolipopz magazines for the collection. Click on this pile of holovids. The titles of these pre-war adult videos have been covered with masking tape and hand-labeled sex education. The writing is faded, but not nearly as old as the holotapes themselves. And you can also click on the holovid collection under the table. This trunk is full of Vault Tech educational holotapes. Many of the titles are familiar to you from Mr. Broch's class in Vault 101. Most have been watched at least once. The engineering videos and movie adaptations of classic literature have seen heavy use. Once they've had enough time to shower, just ring the class bell again. You can also talk to them in the shower room, but I'm too lazy to do the digital blur if I don't have to, so report to classroom. While they get dressed, I'm going to shoot some hoops. If you Z-key the basketball and get it through the hoop, it keeps score. There's no shoot key, so you're pretty much limited to layups. But it's actually more fun than it has any right to be. Dunk. Right, I forgot. White men can't jump. Yeah, there's a dunk, hanging on the rim and everything. Oh, and I kick it across the gym. Smooth. Anyway, once they've had time to get dressed, you can ring the bell again, or just go check, and you'll eventually find them smoking in the bathroom. Of course.
What's up?
What the hell? There's no smoking in school. Get to class.
Whatever.
Once they're all in the classroom, handing out an assignment advances the quest. There is a bailout option to immediately talk to one of them alone, but in the classroom you can give a pop quiz about the members only area. Oh, issue 6 is done. Anyway, if you bail out early, you'll miss a few clues, so let's assign an essay. Write an essay about prostitution.
Awesome. One of my favorite subjects.
What's up?
Pop quiz.
It's gonna be about sex education, right?
This facility puts anything else in the area to shame. How'd you manage that?
I don't know. I guess it's always like that with private schools.
How much does it cost to run this place?
Beats me. You'd have to ask the principal.
Is it hard having a different substitute teacher every day?
You have no idea, but you're the best one I've had in a while.
What do you call radiant hydrogen accretion on a white dwarf star?
Nova?
That's correct. What's today's date?
I don't know.
What Palestinian city served as the private estate of Alexander the Great?
Jericho.
Very good. What did you have for breakfast?
I can't remember.
Don't you think using an LD490 as a hoop sensor was overkill?
They're 314s, and they're all I had. I mean, I help out the maintenance staff for extra credit. Science is my best subject.
How do you know what pre-war private school was like?
Why can't you just play along and have some fun? Brittany based all of these fantasy packages on Larry's pre-war porno movies. People never really acted like this. At least, I hope not.
That's it. Turn 'em in.
Already? I wanted to proofread it again, but I guess it's good enough.
Once you ask them to turn in their papers, you get a copy of their essays on your Pip-Boy. Brittany's essay says, "I'm no good at essay questions. I'm much better at hands-on projects. How about I stay after school and give you a demonstration?" Lauren's essay, "Prostitution is like any business deal. Two people give each other something the other person wants. It doesn't have to be caps. Say a student has sex with her teacher and the teacher gives her an A. You could call it a lesson in economics, or you could call it prostitution. Either way works for me. Just saying." That's surprisingly coherent for someone that drunk. And Haley's essay is a lengthy and well-reasoned argument that the pre-war ban on prostitution was a byproduct of white male oppression, basically just a continuation of the Puritan witch hunts. Makes you wonder why more feminists aren't picketing to legalize prostitution. At this point, you just pick one of them to stay after class, and as usual, I think Haley's the best choice.
What do you need, Coach?
Class dismissed. You stay. I want to talk about your essay.
Did you like it? It would have been better if I had more time to proofread. Yes?
Only a real sicko would find this titillating. Doesn't that bother you?
You think this is worse than the one where you pretend to take advantage of us when we're drunk? There's something wrong with you.
This fantasy setup is expensive. Wouldn't they pay just as much to be with you without it?
I couldn't maintain the illusion without the role-playing. It'd spoil the mood, and receipts would suffer. That's why I don't like it when you ask me to break character.
Well, I'm here for information, not sex, but thanks for the chat. I'll see you around.
I thought you might want to play this one through. We'll see you later.
And apparently they all have a key, because they can use this door, but I still can't. Now let's run upstairs real quick. I want to get the next issue of the magazine going and show you a clue on Larry's terminal. That is an exceptionally flattering shot of Maddie. 1,000 caps, 6 for 6 perfect issues so far. The Brotherhood theme issue pretty much writes itself. Sarah will go on the cover. Dusk in front. Quartermaster Durga in back. And let's see what Larry thinks.
How with the 3 Ps coming along?
I've seen the members only area. I have a few questions.
We'll speak after you've seen the timeout room. I don't want you to think later that I kept anything from you.
Fair enough. I've set the layout.
This should correct the perception that the Brotherhood of Steel is all humorless men with laser rifles up the asses.
One thing I forgot to show you when Zen first arrived. She brings her suitcase, which has a few unique outfits, a Ballistal catalog that explains her tunic in case you never played Mea Culpa, and a very important book, Tina the Ballerina. We'll take that and read it right now because unlike most books which buff your skills, this one buffs one of your special attributes. The details about ballet preparation and performance seem quite accurate. Your agility is permanently increased by 1. Also, like the books in Studio B, it isn't consumed when you read it. You can only get a buff once from any of them, but that way you can keep it around as a souvenir if you want. I got the password for Larry's terminal with a speech challenge a few episodes back. You can't hack it, but you can pickpocket the password off him if your speech skill isn't that great. First, there are a couple options that let you print and distribute the magazine yourself, so if we really don't like what we find in the timeout room, Larry is expendable. And this email from 30 years ago is relevant to the investigation. One of your old holovids gave me an idea for another fantasy package. You know, the one with the cheerleaders? I could do that. Nobody uses the classroom, and we could lock the gym door so the Johnnies can't get in the lab. I'm sure the new girl can reprogram the members-only terminal. She's real smart. B. Assuming B was Brittany and the new girl was Haley, that lines up pretty well with what we've learned so far. But they'd have to be in their 50s, which is possible if you believe the DeLeon syndrome story. But we're out of time, so we'll check out the timeout room next week. See you then.